Well, hello everybody. I'll give it a minute to let people log on. I want to help explain for all those new people, or just those who have the Canadian narrative on how the world works, which is, unfortunately, it's incorrect for a vast amount with the Crown system. Canada does not want Canadians or First Peoples going forward in any real narrative on the world stage. I've been at this for years. We're going to talk about this resolution that China wants very badly. China wants to deliver, as it's the 50th anniversary this year of Richard Nixon cementing China, Beijing, Communist China, as a P5 member. Before that, it was the Taiwan regime. And of course, they had a civil war they lost. That came post World War II, after China had already gotten the United Nations Permanent Security Council seat, one of the allies. However, the transition, it took another nearly 30 years. Well, I guess 19 years before Beijing was cemented, and it was done by USA. USA finally voted them forward, but it took China agreeing to the Declaration of Human Rights and other monumental binding laws that hold China in a position with the rest of the P5 in international law, which is what we're using. Now, everybody understand this. No Canadian citizen can make a UN resolution unless it goes through the Canadian government and Canada's delegation to the UN. We're powerless. Well, that is unless you can reach out to the UNSC P5, one of the P5 members of the UNSC, and get them to sponsor your resolution. And it just so happens I've completed that task after 4 years of nothing but hard work, determination, and grit. We now have, of all the P5 members, we have China ready to sponsor a resolution. Now, there's rules to that resolution. I have to know intimately the P5. I have to intimately know all of their binding laws, which all of you who stuck it out, stayed with, did the modules 1 to 6. There are many more modules in international binding law, but not for the narrative we're going with. Those 6 are specific to the resolution we're going to begin with tonight. Now, Canadians, First Peoples, all those fearful of, oh, why are you going with China? Why are you doing that? That's why. Because no Canadian system can go above the Crown in Canada's UN delegation. Trudeau would never, ever let me go forward, let alone adopt any international law whatsoever. In fact, it's quite the opposite. Trudeau is a lover of the NWO, post-national state. He signs as many non-binding, against the allies of World War II, non-binding UN agreements, absolutely not voted forward by the UNSC P5, or they've suffered a veto, which automatically makes it garbage. Now, Trudeau loves those things. He pulls as many out of the garbage can to inflict on the second and third class Canadian, as well as what he determines as less than human beings, the First Peoples in Canada. Beginning with the Treaty Indian, you're treated the worst, well below the third class. And if you think that there's anything human about that, human rights, you'd be sadly mistaken. Chiefs that go forward with that, you're against human rights as well too. Canada does not make human rights. The Human Rights Council is not an organ of the UN. It doesn't even have sanction by the UNSC. Way down on the totem pole. So anyone who goes, why is the Human Rights Council loaded with human rights violators? Because it's not binding. It has no legal power over human rights whatsoever. The UNSC make all the human rights. They bind human rights laws, and anyone who violates them suffers the consequences, up to including execution. Happens all the time. USA does it at least once every 4 years. France has the highest rate of it. China's done it. Russia's done it. UK's done it. But France does it the most. They're most into making people accountable with their lives over human rights violations when it's that extreme. Contrary to popular belief, USA is not up on the top of the list there. Military interventions, sanctions, embargoes, we see it all the time, and they will crush economies, they will crush peoples who violate serious human rights. We're going to make this resolution tonight. If China likes it, if we not only honor China, we honor the United States of America, we honor Russia, we honor UK, and we honor France, which I'm going to go through all of that tonight, 7 p.m. We're going to go through a nice little education system and finish off with how we're going to title our resolution going forward, what you're all going to need to know coming forward to present ideas as we work towards the end of this week. Now everybody's saying to me, why are we following China's schedule? Well, China's already hashtagged World Indigenous Day. They go with Indigenous because of Africa narrative. But you can see in their presentation, they put the Treaty Indian in there. The Treaty Indians held there, solidified. They have Tina Maravich's speech. They have my presentation to Oxford. They like it very much. They liked how I even incorporated China. I did the honorable thing. I told the truth. It's not about wanting to be communist, because I don't. They understand that. That's their system. It's never going to be mine or my narrative. However, I did not make the world binding powers, and I didn't make international law. I only follow it to a T. I protect every Canadian and every first person. We are going to take down the government of Canada, one way or another, through a minority government, through UN resolution passed by the P5. You just wait and watch, as well as ICC. 3 narratives, working on all 3. And right now, today, 7 p.m., everybody, we start on a resolution that won't be by Canada's delegation, but by the mighty Chinese delegation, who is just chomping at the bit for a chance to show the world that they are a UNSC member. They're happy about Richard Nixon. They're glad I dug that out. They really like the Oxford paper. I have a chance to deliver. If we deliver on this UN resolution, it will be absolutely bound to Canada and Canada's first-class politicians. We can take down Trudeau, we can take down Jagmeet Singh, we can take down Aaron O'Toole, Maxime Bernier, Yves Blanchette, the list goes on and on. All those in violation. It's how we build the resolution. Now, it's a worldwide resolution for all countries. I'm going to teach you how we're going to do that narrative. If you've done the modules 1 to 6, you are going to be relevant to what we're talking about. We have to talk about all those relevant 6 and why they were brought to you, so you know what we're taking from each one that will honor the P5. We're going to go through each and every one of those P5 countries and the tremendous gifts they've given to the world. We're going to highlight that in this build of a resolution to teach China. Maybe China doesn't know certain things about the USA, to teach USA a little history about China that maybe USA's forgotten or just doesn't know. Same for Russia, UK, France. We're going to show them the unity of their sanctity of their organization, that we understand it. We need their help. Treaty Indians need their help. Métis need their help, and Inuit need their help. We're going to go through all those narratives. They're all going to learn something, and we're going to present something for the world that the world can get behind. All victims of colonization. We're going to go through truths. We're going to make it easy, plain speak for all of them, highlighting what they've already ratified and celebrating the great achievements of each and every one of those 5. You do that, you're not going to have an issue with any 5 of them voting it. China will be more than happy for once to present a resolution that they can get the world behind, and then everybody sees them as victorious in some kind of international law. And we we benefit as we bind our politicians. It will not be in my name or in any of your names. We may get some credit for China. There is truth that China can take that and make changes to it. I guess we'll wait and see. But I say we go for it. It doesn't hurt to try. And we have this opportunity unlike any opportunity any Canadians ever had in the history of Canada. And I would be a fool not to follow up on it. We're going to get it done, and I am sorry to all those Canadians who are going to see this the wrong way, to all the First Peoples who see it in the fake narrative that our government presents, that the extreme right presents and the lunatic left present. I'm sorry, that's all propaganda. I am interpreting the world as it really is: credible, viable, verifiable, and 100% truthful. And you're all going to see that as we build this in literally less than a week. We have a timeline. World Indigenous Day was today. You'll also learn that every day is an anniversary in the UNSC. They have a schedule. We have to follow that schedule. I know none of you all know that. It's something I've spent 4 years studying. The only Canadian to ever do it. But I'm going to deliver for everybody. We're going to get it done. Another devastating punch to the system of Canada that's broken and abusive to so many millions of Canadians. And even if they don't know it now, this was done out of love. And it was done for the children of tomorrow, the children of today, and all those to come. This is just one of a great many tasks we're going to complete. And although it's new and nobody understands, it doesn't mean it's not important. It's very important. I guess this is my way of telling everybody it's our chance to deliver, to destroy the NWO, to bring Canada back from the brink. This is just another opportunity. Thank you, everybody. Share, share, share. I hope it explains a lot for all those who don't understand, those who don't understand the United Nations Security Council, those who don't know what our soldiers fought for 1939 to 1945. This is going back in time to what was fought and won there that day, and we're going to honor that and everything great done by the Allies. Work on what's credible, what's real, and what we can do to free the people of Canada and the First Peoples together, united. It's time to break this system, break the cycle, break the chains. And that's what I'm going to do. Or die trying. God bless everybody. See you at 7 o'clock. Don't miss it. It's important. We need you all. And it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. But we're up for the task, and we will deliver. Sunday, when Zhang Shun drops the flowers, we're going to deliver our resolution. You can all be proud that you were a part of that, and it will be history. That's a fact. Something the little people did, the little engine that could and did. It's amazing. We're sprinting now, all. Have a great day. Share, share, share. Bye now.